So I know I rip on Phantom Forces quite a lot for some things that may not even be necessary, and I do get a little passionate about the rants that I make, but I feel like this one kind of is necessary to talk about. It's not going to be a super passionate rant, but I am kind of just concerned a little bit, to put it that way. So I'm going to put up a clip right now on screen, which was uploaded by a guy named NeoBionic. I'll have a link to his video in the description. I want to preface this by saying that what he does in this video is absolutely insane, and then everybody else who I'm going to talk about in this video as well, absolutely insane players. I'm not here to take anything away from them. They are really, really good at the game, probably the top players in the game currently, so more credit to them than anything. But this clip was from the map Mirage revamp in the game mode Tag Run, which, if you guys are unaware of it at this current moment, is the most broken thing to have been added to Phantom Forces in a very long time, specifically for like a map. So the clip that I'm going to show you guys right now is going to be a little tiny snippet from his video of him getting 240 kills. Again, this is the new world record for highest kills in one game ever on Phantom Forces. As we watch through this clip, you'll see as the enemy team just spawns repeatedly in front of him, no matter what. If I ever remember to add it, you'll see that he turns back towards his spawn where you could see the rest of his team across the entire map. So to my understanding, and I could obviously be getting this wrong, I don't know how the code works specifically, but you have a map that has, of course, multiple spawn points as it should, and without even crowding what I would assume would be the other spawn points, everybody is still spawning in one specific spot the entire time. And it's kind of getting out of hand. At this point, you had things like Metro Revamp, you now have this Mirage Prime Tag Run game mode, and then you also still have things like Dunes, which are all just terrible maps. And I don't mean to say, like I said, I'm not trying to take anything away from people like Neo or people like Oscar who pulled these 200 kill games nowadays, but it's getting kind of out of hand. And my main concern with it is that seeing a 200 kill game on any FPS game is kind of just almost dumb. And I say that about my 200 kill game as well. When I hit 200 kills, I was extremely happy, but now that I kind of have been a few years out from that and kind of look back on it, I don't think things like that should really be happening in a game like this. But it's also hard to deny that that's kind of the path that we're on, but it shouldn't have gotten this bad. So to add some history to this, when I achieved the first ever 200 kill game on Phantom Forces, it was about 6 years after the game came out, and it was during the Ready Player One event, where everybody was basically running towards one specific spot on the map to try to do the event to unlock the, you know, once in a lifetime melee weapon. And I abused that, of course. I went for maps that specifically had that event and tried to get a 200 kill game. It was my goal. I spent about 6 hours that day going for it, and I finally got it. But now you have things like nowadays where you had people like Ruby or Oscar, however you may know them, got 3 200 kill games in a week. You have someone like this dropping 240, which I don't know how many other 200 kill games he's had or if he even has any, but this map is so unbelievably broken that I know of people right now, and I'm not going to name names in case they're trying to keep it hidden, but I know of people right now who are trying to grind this specific map in game mode to hit 250 plus. To think that for maybe 7-ish years, 8 years of this game being out, anything over 200 was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that was basically impossible to get. And it wasn't even just a skill thing, it was a ton of luck. Nowadays, it's a lot less luck, a decent amount of skill still, but the maps are basically handing out these kills. Like, as you watch his video, and like I said, I highly recommend it. The guy plays flawlessly. Like, it's very impressive video. But the map is basically made to have people get slaughtered. Like, there's no shot of playing against this and having a good time. The spawn trap is terrible. And the main reason I complain about this is the fact that something like this should have never even made it into the game. Things as bad as like Metro Revamp spawns for quite a while shouldn't have made it into the game, and I just don't understand how they do. We're coming to a point where this is like, if you were on the enemy team in this, even if you're a good player, the spawn trap just makes it not fun to play with. That's like the same with Dunes. The fact that Dunes has been in the game for so long and the map is just atrocious. It doesn't play well, it doesn't have any good flow, and the spawn traps are some of the worst that we have ever seen since the game's release. And it just needs to kind of come to an end, in my opinion. I'm not even playing the game all that much anymore, and that's understandable that I may be a little out of touch and my opinions may be a little extreme on this stuff, but man, I would love to go back to when it wasn't as bad as this. Like, I wish that Well, I think it's okay. So let me try to phrase this in the right way. I think it's absolutely awesome that these people are pulling these insane type of records, and I'm extremely happy for them. They are doing, like I said, it's insane how good some people have gotten at this game nowadays. But I also kind of wish that the game almost wasn't becoming a joke to me at some points. Even when I got my 210 kill game, like I said, I was extremely excited about it, but seeing 200 kills on an FPS game is just almost laughable in my opinion. Including the one I got, like that should never happen. Even the fact that we're able to drop like 100 plus kills, 150 plus kills pretty consistently, and there's a lot of really good people who could do it. I understand that's kind of like the standard for the game, but man, I almost wish that it wasn't. Like, I would love that the spawns could get fixed a little bit more, and trust me, I get it, and in case there's like a developer watching, I get it. The code is really old. Something that we're asking for like this may just simply not be possible with the time that they have available to work on this game. I fully get it. However, I'm still here to make a scene about it. I wish that it wasn't this dumb at this point. I wish that there was ways for, I don't even know, like I want to offer some sort of solution, but I genuinely just don't have one. It's just the maps suck. They really do. The maps are absolutely terrible at this point, and I wish that would just change. Like, I've said this before, and I'll say it probably 100 more times. The map development in Phantom Forces has been a pretty consistent downhill for the most part, minus a few like upward trends here and there. It's just not good. The fact that Mirage had to be revamped like 97 times should probably let you guys know that it's time to give it up and get it out of the game. The fact that a map like Dunes has been revamped multiple times and it's still just terrible. There's other maps in this game that have been revamped and they're like so maybe they shouldn't be removed by any means, but if a map requires like 3+ revamps within a year and a half, something's gotta change. And I know that I'll use a map like Desert Storm, which Desert Storm obviously still has a lot of flaws, but compared to everything else in Phantom Forces, a map like Desert Storm is probably the best we've ever gotten. Desert Storm has been revamped maybe once or twice, I think, throughout the time that it's been in the game, and it is still consistently voted the best map in the game years later. That is a standard that we need to strive to be at. And I also understand that map making is no simple thing. It's definitely not an easy thing, and I don't want to be the person who tries to take that on because I know I wouldn't succeed at it. But man, I wish we could find somebody who could step up to the plate and have some really good ideas that can kind of push this in a better direction. So again, you guys all know who Oscar Ruby is. Everybody knows his channel. You guys don't need to go ahead and look at that. But everybody knows Oscar Ruby. Please check out their channel as well. But this Neo Bionic dude, he's only got like 140 subscribers. This video only has 1.7 thousand views. Absolutely flawless gameplay. If you want to see something that's like top tier and abusing game mechanics to like the absolute peak, check out his video. There will be a link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.